Good evening, welcome again to my channel, and I hope that you have come with a visitor. I love friends, I love visitors because my home is big. It can accommodate many people. Last time I promised that when I come again, I'm coming with different ways of disciplining children in a positive manner. This means disciplining children in a manner that we are not going to harm them, but we are going to achieve what we want to achieve by modeling children's behavior, and they become acceptable citizens. So we shall start by explaining what positive discipline means. It is teaching and guiding children by letting them know what behavior is acceptable, but we do this in a firm but kind way. In a firm and kind way means when we guide them, we do not punish them, we do not hurt them, we do not inflict pain, we don't abuse them. They'll know how they are supposed to behave. You tell them this is good because when you do this, you achieve that. So the strategies there are many, but today I'm going to discuss 4 of them. The first one is show and tell. Show and tell. This means when you show children what to do, you are doing things in the manner that you want them to learn. What you are doing is what they are going to, they'll be doing. And even when they are alone, they'll be saying, my mother does it this way, my father does it this way. And if we do it in a different manner, we are not going to achieve the results that we expect. Also, when you tell them what to do, you will help them know the right way to say things. In some families, we shout at children when they talk abusive language, or when they shout at one another. We want them to talk kindly. But unfortunately, as adults, when we are talking to them, we are shouting at them, or we are shouting at one another as adults. When you refer to other people in the presence of your children, you are discussing them in a negative way. Your children are learning. And when you talk about other adults, and negatively in their presence, you don't expect them to be talking about other people in a different manner. You model, you set examples. How you talk is the way your children will talk. If you abuse them, they'll abuse you without knowing that they are making mistakes. There are some parents who can call their children names. For example, if you call him a bitch, next time it's you, he's going to call you this. So model the behavior that you want our children to follow. Because as I said in another video, our parents are the first teachers to the children. Also set limits. You set limits. You say, in this home, I do not want you to do that. Don't come home late. If you come home late, there's a risk of you being hijacked or abducted on your way. Or maybe you may find that we are not there, we have gone out and we waited for you, we go together. So you miss the fun that we went to have. Let us tell our children uh, we the things that we expect them to do, and they will be used to those rules. The other strategy, because now I've talked about two. I've talked about show and tell. The other one is set limits. Set limits. I do not want you to be paying visits to such and such a person. Why? Because if you do, you will adapt the behavior he has. Like, for example, I do not like children who abuse. If you listen to them when they are talking to one another, they talk abusive words, so you will copy. I do not want you to be talking such a language. So set limits, and your children will know what you like and what you do not like. Number 3, give consequences. You do this calmly but firmly. They know that mom or dad, when we do not do what he expects, he's going to deny us of the things we like. For example, you can tell your child not to play where you do not recommend. For example, do not play ball games in the house or in the living room. And if they do, you tell them the consequence is that I will keep the ball for the rest of the day. You will only be able to use it tomorrow. And when you give these consequences, and for example, if the child has violated that rule that you have set, if you take that ball and tell him that I will give it to you back tomorrow, and then he starts telling you after some minutes, Mom, please give me the ball, I will not do it again. No, be firm, because you had warned him before that if you play ball games in the house, I will keep away your ball for a whole day. So don't give in by you now violating the rules that you have made with him. You give back the ball after a few minutes. So also remember, as although it's good to take away things from your children, there are things that you cannot take away from them. For example, you cannot take away a meal from your child, because this is a need. If you refuse him to eat, you'll make him suffer, and this is violating children's rights. Also, do not refuse him to go to school, because he'll miss the lessons. So some of the consequences must be also reasonable. I had told you that I'm going to talk about 4 strategies. And before I go to the 4th one, I ask you to share my video. Also give it likes and also comments. The 4th strategy, there are many, but today I said that we are going to discuss only 4, so that then tomorrow, when you have tried to practice these 4, I'll give you the others, and you'll see that you won't need to cane your child, to shout at her, to shout at him, because you will have a good relationship, and he will like to please you by doing the right things. Number 4 is hear them out. Hear the children. Give them time to speak for themselves. Sometimes we think that children have done something wrong, and it's us who have taken the taken it wrongly. Maybe you are misinformed and you blame the child when he is innocent. So before you start solving the problem in whichever way you will choose to solve, first let your child talk. You listen to him actively so that now you'll be able to make an informed decision. You will find sometimes that the child had not wronged, and maybe it's something somebody else who had wronged. Uh, Also, be watchful. Watch for times that the behavior has become a routine. Mm? It has become a behavior. It is repeating itself so many times. It is a pattern. For example, you may note that your child is jealous and you want that vice to go away. Watch it over time. Then get time to talk to him or her about this behavior rather than just giving consequences. Tell him the advantages of being kind, of being generous. At times I tell children in class, when you come to school with 2 pencils or 3 pencils, and by chance you find that there's a child who does not have a pencil on that day, there's no need keeping 2 in your pocket when somebody else is not writing. When you help somebody, it's like you have lent him, and tomorrow, since he knows that you are so kind, you don't let him suffer when he doesn't have something. You will also have your time to be helped, and all those whom you have helped will want now to help you, to reward you by doing something generous to you. So make sure that you listen to your children. Also, give yourself time to see if this bad behavior is a pattern. And then, when you listen to them and understand, sit and talk with them. And also, when you give yourself time to listen to your child, you'll note that sometimes as adults we are wrong. I remember when I was a small girl, I used sometimes to take some sugar and lick when mother is not away. It's not in when she's away. And since I'm the firstborn, she would come and find that I have scooped some sugar, I have licked. Sometimes, since I'm just a small girl, she would see some crystals around my mouth, and then she asks, "Who did you take sugar today?" "No, I have not." So I would be beaten up, as a way of being disciplined. And then one day, she was not able to see her sugar where she had kept after buying. And when she missed that packet, I think it was a half a kg or whatever. I can't remember because I didn't know the measuring units by then. When she didn't see the sugar, she said that I had eaten and I didn't know where the sugar is. So when she looked for it, she didn't see it. She beat me and rebuked me. She reminded me several times that, "Do you know that I've been telling you not to eat sugar and so on?" And then I suffered. I tried to explain to her that I had not seen that sugar, but she could not listen. So after some days, maybe 3 days, as she was taking a basket to go to the market, she found her sugar in that basket. And then she was very remorseful. She came and called me. She apologized. And then she talked to me. You have seen doing wrong things can make you suffer bad consequences. And therefore, please do not stop. Try your best to stop that habit of eating sugar. And from that day, I didn't eat sugar anymore because I was accused falsely and I saw the consequences. Therefore, I think that it's good to listen to our children. Once again, I ask you to give my video a like, share, so that you can continue helping more people. These children are our nation tomorrow, and remember, things have changed. The children of today are not like us. We were used to being punished and being beaten, but today strategies have changed. They are being educated in the social media, in YouTube, over the radio, in TVs, so they know their rights, and we don't want them to grow with bitterness and live to hate us. So, bye. I'll upload another video on the same topic so that we can discuss other strategies. Bye bye.